I was just a regular federal agent or so, I thought, until one night on my way home, I unexpectedly stopped a terrorist bombing on the subway. But what I never expected was that behind the bombing lurked a shocking conspiracy tied to the White House itself. To uncover the truth, Rose and I started chasing down clues. Soon we discovered that everything pointed toward the powerful industrialist behind Redfield Industries, a man named Wick. Wick wasn't just any businessman, he was a close friend of the vice president and had made generous campaign donations during his election. All signs pointed to one terrifying possibility: the vice president was orchestrating it all.
Maybe. See what else you can find out about Turn Lake. I gotta check it before.
Without hesitation, I brought our findings to the White House Chief of Staff. Farr, after hearing everything, she told us to come to the White House immediately and present the evidence directly to the president. At the same time, we noticed 2 assassins had begun tracking us. To keep Rose safe, I sent her to stay with my friend, Officer Cisco. The air in the White House was thick with danger. Anything could happen.
And then if something does happen, he'll take you to our meetup spot. You remember where it is?
The fishing pier. I'll be fine.
After making sure Rose was safe, while I returned to the White House alone to investigate.
Farr had been digging into the background of Redfield Industries and discovered that it was actually a private weapons contract. Wick was a former Navy SEAL. I presented the evidence I had collected.
I need to fill in Travers. You need to be there too.
Okay.
Farr told me to wait there. She said she would go get the president immediately, but then she said something that sent a chill down my spine.
Have your trooper friend drop her at the loading dock.
My blood ran cold. Farr somehow knew where Rose was hiding.
What?
Nothing.
The moment she left her office, I called Rose and told him to leave Cisco's house immediately and head to our designated meeting spot, the docks. Sure enough, Farr secretly slipped into a room and called Wick.
That's your Special Forces trained fucking assessment?
What do you want to do?
I'll have Peter arrested, isolate him until we can figure out the best way to silo him off. And Rose Larkin.
I'll let my team know.
I slipped his access card as discreetly as possible and used it to escape before it was too late. When they finally gained a little distance at a red light, Cisco, being a seasoned cop, put the pieces together. We were being tracked. He pulled over, quickly told Rose to get out, and drove off alone to draw the assassins away and call for help. But even in that brief pause, the killers caught on to the plan. They split up. The man went after Rose. Afterward, Rose helped me to my feet, and we got out of there fast. But we weren't safe yet. The female assassin had arrived, and when she saw her lover's body, she broke down in agony. Then her grief turned to fury. She swore she'd make us pay in blood. That same night, while I was sneaking into the White House, something else happened. Vice President Redfield's daughter, Maddie, was secretly meeting with her art tutor, but that's when a mysterious man showed up at the door.
What are you doing? I told you I'd call you when we were done.
What the fuck? You know him?
I can explain. Please, you don't have to force her. She'll say what we need her to say.
I need something else.
Wait, why? Don't cry for him. He was just using you for save the environment bullshit. What I need from you is much more important.
Turns out neither of those 2 men were any good. They were just using the vice president's daughter, Maddie, to achieve some deeper agenda. That night, one of them suddenly turned on her. He kidnapped Maddie on the spot and dragged her away. Not long after, Ellington, the head of her security detail, arrived at the scene with his team. Maddie had managed to ditch them earlier to sneak off for her secret date, but they'd still come too late. There, lying in the middle of the room, was her art tutor, half naked and shot dead. Scattered on the ground were Maddie's bag and her clothes. Ellington instantly realized Maddie had been abducted while sneaking off on a date. While the vice president was scrambling in panic, Chief of Staff Diane Farr called him into her office. She told him this was a golden opportunity, since I had already uncovered the truth that he and Wyke, the CEO of Turn Lake Industries, were secretly working together. And now I'd mysteriously disappeared. Why not pin the blame for Maddie's kidnapping on me? That would give them the perfect excuse to issue a nationwide manhunt for me. And once I became a wanted fugitive, it'd be far easier to silence me permanently. I had to admit, Farr was terrifyingly calculating.
The vice president stood on stage, his face full of grief and fury, announcing to the world that his daughter Maddie had gone missing. Meanwhile, Rose and I were hiding out on a yacht at the docks. After she finished bandaging my wounds, we sat together in silence listening to the radio. But what we heard next made our hearts sink in shock.
My daughter, Madison Grace Redfield,